Hi friends, welcome to the coding challenge, and this challenge is to remove the duplicate from the linked list. So we'll try to remove the duplicate from both the singly linked list and the doubly linked list, but we solved that in the last video as well. So in this is a follow-up where we are not allowed to use the temporary buffer. So what we used was set before, and set is called as the duplicate remover. So we kept saving the values and checking against the set. If value exists, we were just skipping that node, and that's how we were removing the duplicates. But here, like in this case, we might need to use a different strategy, and that would be to do n squared, like iterating each element against all the other elements. Let's see, like it's easier to solve. So I have a test case which feeds this data, which has some duplicate elements here, and then we will solve it. So our expectation would be that the data, whatever we get, does not have any duplicates. So let's get that started. So first thing is we will have the outer. We will solve it for the singly linked list. So we would say singly linked list for Uh, so there would be the current pointer, and we would call it as outer. So outer current pointer could be head.next, and then the outer parent would be head. So now we would say till the time the outer object is not null, we would keep moving it. And at the end we would say outer is equal to outer dot next. So this is simple. Now we might need to go inside it, and then let's also assign this. So we have taken the head, so there will be two basically loops. First would be the outer loop and then the inner loop. So the outer loop is we start from the head till the head is not null. We would incrementing it, and then we will run it. Now at this point we also need the inner loop, which would go through all the elements for the comparison. So how do we do this? So for this we need an element called as current of inner. So what we could do is we can say my single list node as current of inner, and we can say current outer dot next, because what we are going to do is we will have the parent of inner. Parent of inner would be equal to the basically the current object, and then whatever is the next node, that would become the current. uh, that would become the current of the inner. So this looks all good. We would do C next. So these two loops are iterating, like inner loop is iterating inside the outer loop. Now we need to have the logic in place. So the logic is when we are iterating our inner loop, we would compare that if inner data is equal to whatever is the outer, we are each time or every time we are comparing. So if that's equal, then we would skip the current element of the inner. How? Like we have the parent of the inner loop or previous of the inner loop. So we would say that the previous of the previous next would point to the current's next. And if that's not the case, like the data is all different, so we can make the current uh, previous as the CI, and that's it. I think we are done. So we can just run our test, and let's see if we face issue, we'll fix it. Otherwise we are all set. and we are all set. So I'll briefly explain this, and then in the next video we would do the doubly uh, linked list without using the set or any temp variable, the same thing. So we have this outer loop basically, which is going through each element, and then we have this inner loop which is checking if any value is mm, any value is equal to the outer loop, and then it is jumping the pointers, it's modifying here, otherwise it's just iterating. So this is like very simple. It's just that it against the set it has the complexity of n square. So I hope you like this. So see you in next video where we will implement the same solution with the doubly linked list. Thanks for watching, and keep sharing and liking my YouTube channel.